Now we're filming.
Now we're filming. It always goes a little bit darker afterwards. Anyway. Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Jen.
We're your Midnight DBAs.
We are, both of us.
Not yours. Yours.
That guy.
Right there. Yeah, that guy right there.
And her.
And her. Yeah, with
Well,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Hi.
Duh. So, okay, there's already a Twitter over my face.
That's my favorite.
So, okay, I'm going to let you kick it off this time.
Well, why don't you serve me some tea?
Why don't I serve you some tea? I'll serve you some tea while you kick it off.
Alrighty then. We're doing fancy tea today.
Yes, we've got the can you see that? We've got the blooming tea.
Yeah, that's
It
cool
blooms
stuff.
into a flower. If I can get a good angle on one of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you just turn the
so
thing
you can
and
see it
not the
there at the
liquid.
very top, right there. But they bloom into a flower.
They're hand-tied little things of tea leaves and flowers and
Yeah,
stuff. It's really
we got
cool.
these from Tivana, and they're absolutely fabulous. So
I'm
anyway,
gonna
we're
get
having
that.
our fancy.
Oh, you're going to pour that on me.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it.
There we go. Okay,
Like
hi.
I've never poured tea before.
I am just about 4 hours back from Sequel Saturday Atlanta. Sequel Saturday 41. And it was really and truly quite awesome. My first Sequel Saturday ever.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's see, flew out Friday night and I got to go. I'm a speaker. I was a speaker there, so I got to go to the speaker reception on Friday, which was really cool. And
What made it so cool?
It was
The fact that I was a speaker and I was there.
Yeah, kind of. No, it was really cool because it was laid back. They had it out at a place called Bahama Breeze. It was out on a patio. It was really nice. Georgia is
Was there a Bahama
gorgeous.
Breeze?
It was gorgeous. Yeah, there was a nice Bahama Breeze going on, and yeah, we all got to hang out. And I have to tell. I don't remember if I told you this or not, but I feel horrible because
Oh yeah,
I'm
you
going
did tell me
around-
about
okay.
that because you said it the same way. Horrible.
when I say I have a horrible memory, people.
Oh, I can shake this off on your leg if you like. I'll be over here. I get in trouble at work like that too.
That's what she said. Seriously?
You're the one that said make the tea. Go ahead.
I didn't know you were going to be like, dum, 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 dum.
Go ahead.
So I had this horrible, awful, Jesus, I'm going to punch him. Punch, right in the face.
I like punch.
I felt really bad because I'm really bad with names and faces and putting the two together. And I may have been your friend on Twitter for 18 years, only Twitter's not that old. And I won't remember because I don't
Only I was
connect.
there by myself for the first 17 of them. But
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm going around. I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry if I know you online, but go ahead. You're going to have to tell me your name a couple times. And one guy says, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, hi. So what's your name?" And he's like,
Hi, you.
No, I didn't fake it. I'm like, "Oh, hi. What's your?" And he's like, "Are you kidding? We met at PASS." I'm like, "I'm sorry." He says, "I sat next to you at the bloggers table for 3 days." I'm sorry. I won a mug off of you. Seriously? I'm really sorry. And it was the next day that I remembered. I'm like, oh, God, Kendall, I'm so sorry.
Dude,
So,
seriously, in her defense, she does that to me twice a week when I come home, so...
who the hell are you?
Yeah, exactly.
But I do feel really bad. So, everybody go follow Sequel DBA on Twitter because he's cool and all that. And his name is Kendall Van Dyke, and I remember that. He was very kind and forgave me as far as I can tell. And invited me to be in his first session of the day, which was a session on getting started blogging and speaking.
Oh, nice.
That
Well,
was
that's a
really-
topic we're particularly good at.
We are
because
particularly
We're trying to
into
get
that.
started blogging and speaking.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe starting a blog.
Yeah.
Maybe some videos or something.
Well, I've got 2 people at Microsoft.
I've got one more though. It was Kendall and me, and then Jack Corbett, who is Uncle Biggins, and he says he's got a story.
That's just got lewd written all over
I know,
it, doesn't it?
Like Uncle Touchy or something like that.
Yeah.
Uncle Touchy.
Oh my god.
He says he's got a story on his blog, and I'm relatively
kind
sure.
of a Ted Bundy kind of.
Relatively sure I've read it and then
Not
forgotten
Ted Bundy,
it. So
Al Bundy.
I was like, Ted Bundy. That's pretty creepy.
Al Bundy, because he's always with the Biggins magazine. So.
Yeah, okay, Biggins magazine. Uncle Biggins. Okay, that's a weird image. Anyway, so it was great and had a lot of fun, and I'm gonna blog and do stuff. And anyway, and a really good couple of sessions. Mine were at the end of the day, and yeah, it went quite well.
Nice.
I'm very excited. There'll be a blog. I'll say more,
Nice.
but way to go to the Atlanta team for putting on a really great Sequel Saturday.
Good. They called me enough. They should have. Yeah, I've got a couple people at Microsoft who I'm not going to call out right now, but her initials are who forget me every single time we meet. In fact, you remember when we were in
It starts with an A and ends with a Shlee. No, I'm kidding. It's not Ashley. It's somebody else who's not Ashley.
Yeah, I know. It's really not Ashley.
It's
I
really
don't even
not
know an
Ashley.
Ashley at Microsoft.
I don't remember the name.
I do.
I know you do. Oh, I do now. Go ahead.
But you remember the guy we had a briefing with when we were on campus?
No, I don't remember that. Were we on campus?
Shut up. Who, don't do that to me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Who said, the difference between you and me?
Because you made the tea.
I was going to say, I can punch you in the nose and make it count, but, sure. I'll be over here.
Carry on.
I'll be stupid over here. But anyway, he gives me his card, and I'm like, dude, you've given me your card so many times. He's like, really?
I remember.
Dude, how many times do we have to meet before you remember me? I mean, he's like, seriously? Dude, yeah, seriously. How many times do we have to meet? It's like...
Well, we are pretty unforgettable, Kermit.
Yeah, well, I know I'm forgettable. I say that to a lot of the guys. They really think that I'm kidding when I say that, but I really am mostly forgettable.
I don't see how you're forgettable because you're the only person I know that swears in any given situation. Anything. I can't film the kids and make a video out of it. Every single video I have of the kids is with him swearing in it. Just something random. He doesn't do it on purpose. He's just like, oh, look at that room. And I'm like...
Well, and then
really?
you look over me and give me some stupid look, and I'm like, "Oh, you're filming? I didn't." You pulled it out of your pocket and just started filming like at chest height or something, holding it up like this to keep the purposely, surreptitiously to keep the kids from seeing it, and I'm supposed to like magically divine that you're filming.
Some stupid look, huh? Boy, I'm glad to be home. What else is on the list? House?
Yes, there are no house updates.
No.
Yeah.
You wrote it down to say that there are no updates.
I wrote it down to...
In the news today, nothing has happened.
I wrote it down to remember to talk about it and say that there are no updates so that we wouldn't get emails saying you forgot to write us about the house.
Next.
Anyway, we're still waiting.
We're still waiting.
It's in underwriting, so we don't expect anything bad to happen. You just made the thing go blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to check Twitter while you introduce the next topic.
Okay. So I started my new job, and I work downtown Dallas now, right?
You actually work in Dallas.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I am in the heart of downtown. Maybe not in the heart of downtown, but pretty close.
Sort of the pancreas of
And I'm in a very, very high-rise.
The pericardium of downtown.
Sure. Very nice, I suppose.
I know things.
Not my favorite sack of the body, but it'll...
This one.
So anyway, I've been relying on my GPS a lot.
Okay.
And that's and I need to get that back from you. But I've been relying on my GPS a lot because I just don't know all those streets. I haven't worked in downtown Dallas ever, and I haven't been down there in a long time. A lot of one-way streets and whatnot, right? So the problem is every time I hit the address for my office, it always tells me that the destination may be unreachable by road, and I'm like, it's a high-rise, like 6,000 people get there every day. How can this be unreachable by road?
That reminds me of the what Muppet movie was it set in London? It was The Great Muppet Caper. And they get into a taxi driven, of course, by a Muppet, and he says, "What hotel are you at?" And they tell him, he's like, "Oh, that's where I'm staying. What floor? 3rd. Oh, I can only take you as far as the lobby." Because they can't get there by road.
Mm-hmm.
It works.
So anywho,
Go ahead.
yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
You can't get there by road, and you need to.
Yeah, so anyway, it's relatively complicated to get there because it doesn't drive me directly to the building, or it drives me to the building, but not to the parking garage because the parking garage has a different, it's right beside it.
I had that trouble with Atlanta.
And it not only has one-way streets going opposite directions, but the street above there where I see one of the entrances. Can you believe that? Where I see one of the entrances is actually one of those trolley train streets that you can't drive on, and it tells you can't drive there. So I have to. It
doesn't usually stop you.
Yeah, but usually the train's coming through. I'm like, I don't think we can beat that train.
I don't think we can beat that train.
So I usually end up going around, and I usually end up circling a couple times. I've had a hard time driving directly to work, right? And so and also the GPS has a hard time keeping up with all the rapid turns. So quite often it'll say,
slow down.
Take the second turn on your left, and I'll pass this one, and it'll say, do a U-turn. I'll go, what? So it's really, really got me thinking about bad GPSs. And this just made me giggle my ass off the other day on the way home when I thought about it, because it was like,
Okay.
and I think I was on the phone with you when I actually came up with this, wasn't I?
I think so, because I sort of remember that.
So it was like, imagine a GPS, and you know, and you've seen those GPSs, you know, those comedy GPSs where they have the funny things. Yo, man, you need to turn around, or yo, man, do this. You know, hey, man, look, I told you to turn around. It ain't my fault if you get jacked, right? So they've got those comedy, but this one is actually a bad GPS. My GPS, downtown Dallas, actually performs more like, it doesn't really give you accurate directions as much as it performs more like, you're getting warmer, you're getting warmer, you're getting really warm.
Oh, you're getting colder.
Oh, you're cold now.
No,
so
no, really
it would
cold.
be, imagine that as a GPS, and that just makes me laugh my ass off, right? You start in your driveway, and you punch in a destination, and then you start driving, and it starts giving you warmer and colder directions for like the next 75 miles. You're freezing, and you turn around, and you're still going straight.
And it doesn't tell you how long you have left.
There have been no exits, no anything. You're driving on the freeway, no exits, no anything, like in one of those stretches between here and Kansas. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
And it's like, you're getting warmer, you're getting hot, you're cold. You're getting colder, you're getting colder.
What's no exit? How do we go?
Anything.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes this thing does that, right? It's like, turn left here, and then you turn left here, and it's like, make a U-turn as quick as you can. You're like,
I had the absolute smoothest time getting to the conference, getting to the Atlanta and the place where I needed to be on Friday night. But coming back,
who says it was super sweet meeting you Saturday? And you better qualify that.
David.
Oh, David, it was super sweet meeting her. You better qualify that and fast, brother.
David.
David.
But it was really, really difficult getting getting to the airport in Atlanta, at least.
So I hear.
Yeah, well, not only did I write down the arrival time instead of the departure time, so I called to check on my gate, and it said the flight left 5 minutes ago, and I said, frickin' what? I'm getting gas, what are you talking about? So then I start rushing to the airport, and I'm like, okay, well, I better get directions to Enterprise directly. So I search, and it says Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Hartsfield, Atlanta Airport, so I click that. And I drive, and I'm realizing that I'm driving these back roads behind old people doing 25 miles an hour, and that's the speed limit, is 25 miles an hour. Well, what are you doing? That's right next to the airport Enterprise. Oh, God. Okay, fine. I'm trying to make a connecting a standby flight, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. Airports, Hartsfield, there. Okay, good. And I go, and I drive, and this is not, there's a freeway over there. Why not take it? Okay, fine. So, and it puts me in the middle of, like, I work here Delta kind of road in the airport, and you have arrived. This is not a terminal. God. So then I have to go 5 miles around into the hole, throw the keys to the guy, run through the airport. That's another thing. Hartsfield, Atlanta is the longest airport I have ever seen, and I've been to a lot of airports. It's unbelievable. If you're flying American, it's the United hub, isn't it? United or Delta? It's United, I think. And so everything's, like, lots of United. American, way down at the end. Like, seriously, about 4 football fields from here to there. I'm just saying.
And you just picture yourself as OJ, don't you? Just running around leaping over suitcases.
Pushing over mothers with babies, and yeah.
Trying on different gloves.
But I had to seriously, beg people to get in front of them in line and stuff. Anyway, GPSs.
No, that's all I had. It really struck me funny the other day, the whole, because it didn't get a turn right the entire time I was down there. It was like warmer, cold. I was like, I turned where you said to turn.
Yes, but that was wrong. You have a female GPS.
Yes.
Yes, I told you to turn left, but you should have listened to the tone.
And like you said, I've been noticing this more and more and more. I have to actually look at the map. You got to find the bracket for that thing, man. But you got to actually look at the map, because it will say turn right when it means left. It'll tell you
show
the wrong
left,
way.
And that's the way you need to go. Is what it shows, and it says something different.
Yeah, believe the map, not the girl.
Maybe you should switch to the guy voice. Maybe it would just tell you the straight truth.
Maybe.
Here I am being all sexist and stuff. I'm supposed to be a member of Women in Tech.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sorry, I'm just being funny. I had seriously such a great time talking to. I met Meredith from Women in Tech, and I met I'm gonna get her name wrong, because I got in the habit of thinking of her as Whimsequel, because that's her Twitter handle. And
Yeah,
it's
I
like
get that.
Andre or something.